What's going on, everybody? We officially have the video. The video from the ICE officer that shot this woman in Minneapolis has finally been released. He's taking it on a cell phone, walking around the car. I'm gonna splice it in right here.
We don't change our plates every morning, just so you know. It'll be the same plate when you come talk to us later. That's fine. U.S. citizen, former fucking driver. You want to come at us? You want to come at us? I say go get yourself some lunch, big boy. Go ahead.
Out of the car. Get out of the fucking car. Get out of the car.
Whoa!
So, after watching that, this is the angle kind of I was waiting for personally. It seems like everybody was waiting for. This is the best angle of what happens. You see him exit his car, walk towards her car. He's filming everything. He walks around her driver's side. She mentioned she's not mad at him. He walks around towards the back of the car to get the license plate. Her wife is kind of just talking shit to this guy, inconspicuously, just whatever, pretty normal, like something about the license plate, who cares. Walks around the other side of the car, back to the front of the vehicle, and you hear the other ICE officers getting out of their car from the original video, and telling her to get out of the car. Basically, stop, get out of the car, and then you see her put the car in gear, and you hear her wife say, drive, I think she says, drive, baby, drive, telling her wife to leave, basically to pull off after these guys have gotten out of the truck and said, hey, get out of the car, stop. And you see her hit the ICE officer. I know there's been some discussion about this. I think it's semantics, but whatever. In this situation, sure, I'll give it to you. Bump, hit, whatever. She hits him forcibly enough where it like jars him and him holding the camera with the car. She didn't run him over. I think that's totally fair, like as an argument to be like, there's no running over one way or the other. Only thing I'll say to that is the difference between being ran over by a car and bumped by the car all depends, I guess, on where you're at relative to the wheels. It doesn't matter how fast the car's going. The car could run you over at 1 mile an hour and you'll die from it. It just depends how high the hood is, and if you get caught under it and it pulls you under it, or if it bumps you out of the way, it bumps you on top of it. If you clip the side, in this case, it looks like he hits the headlight roughly as she's turning away from him, across him. She's turning to the right, and he's walking to his right, so the opposite direction. She hits him, he fires one bullet through the windshield, and then two more as she drives away through the driver's side window, and I don't know which bullet it was, but one of them hit her in the head, and she's dead now. This conversation is interesting to me. I mean, it's terrible. The whole thing's terrible. Obviously, it's terrible. It's interesting because this video comes out. This is the definitive angle, and somehow both sides are proven right. One argument, whether he was justified in shooting her, or the other argument that he should be just tried for murder and arrested, and this guy's a human piece of shit and all this, and that he should be taken down for this, somehow is both proven by this new video. My initial reaction, and I'm gonna do the exact same thing, but I don't know what you say about it, because it's just like, hey man, I see what I see on the video. The video proof's as good as it's gonna get. I've had my thoughts confirmed, but I thought it was clear enough from what you got out of the first two videos that came out, one from the rear of the car and one from down the street on like a security camera where you see him physically get hit by the car. I don't think that matters all that much. I do find it funny that people are like, exactly, this is exactly what I thought. She turns the wheel and she's trying to get away. And then the other side is like, she hits him with the car. The side I'm on, personally, you hit the guy with a gun with the vehicle. Not a good idea. Like, it's just not. And that's the main thing that I wanted to get into with this video was the reality of the situation is I don't ever want to, you shouldn't ever want to want to do it either. Put yourself in a situation where you rely on somebody else's reaction to determine if your life is forfeit or not, okay? Especially, I mean, I don't have anything against cops particularly. I know some like personal people in my life that are like sheriffs and shit like that. If I see them on the street, no worries. Love seeing them. They're great dudes. But if I'm in a city, especially one where I don't know where I am, and I'm dealing with city cops, highway state patrol, anything like that, it's full professional, calm, as calm as you can get, and to the point, and everything is respectful, and calm is the key. Keep it calm. Don't do unexpected shit. That is the talk that people talk about when you're dealing with any type of law enforcement. Anytime somebody has a gun, I would be going for de-escalate things. Don't escalate things. And I was talking to my buddy, he sent me the video, the new angle, and he goes, that's like, here's the best angle I've seen yet. And I'm watching it, and I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, the problem is, I don't know if this lady, honestly, like I said, I don't think she deserved to die. I do not think that, and I don't think this guy deserves to be tried for murder. We'll see what happens. What happens if he gets charged and they convict him one way or the other? I don't care. I don't think it's murder, and I don't think there was any intent of him walking up to that car, filming it, that he was going to kill this lady. That was not the plan, and if it was, why wouldn't he just shoot her? Like, if he really wanted to kill her, like, it's a different kind of thing. Murder, maybe manslaughter, you want to go after that. There's the definitions of the severity of the crime and things like that, but he didn't want to murder her. I don't think that's true. And I don't think she meant to hit him either. I think she fully panicked. We'll talk about that here in a minute. And I also, I don't think it matters. It just doesn't matter. The problem is you're putting yourself in a situation that there is literally no good outcome. So that's step one where you're fucking up. This lady and her wife want to go protest in the United States. You can protest. That's great. When the cops come to you, and even if you get arrested, whatever, you're detained, arrested, the typical deal and the way to handle the situation is, if you want to do this, which is not me, I've yet to find a cause in my life where I'm like, I'm going to go protest. Not going to happen. It'll take a lot for me to get there. I got better shit going on than this. And if you want to come at me about that, like I don't care about ICE and what they're doing, I really don't. That's not my priority, not at all. I got a daughter at home. I got bigger shit to worry about than what the fuck ICE is doing in Minnesota. If you want to protest, the general rule is be calm, peaceful, and you listen to the authorities, whether they're right or wrong, and then you fight them in court. And it's a good way. A lot of things happen where people get, I don't know, you get beat up by the cops, something fucked up happens, you get seriously hurt, and you're going to sue them, and you're going to win, and you get a bunch of the city's money. Great. If you want to risk that, go for it. If you want to go out and protest, you get arrested, get booked, whatever happens, they take you in, what happens? You just get released after a little while, and then there you did your protesting duty. Great. This lady, as soon as her hand went to that shifter in the Honda Pilot is what I think it was, as soon as she put that car in reverse while the dudes are telling her, and it's like, yeah, cops give conflicting instructions and stuff. From the video, it sounds pretty clear that they say, get out of the car. The lights are on the Nissan, whatever the fuck it is, Nissan Frontier, that truck they're in. The cop lights are on. There's a guy with federal police walking around your car filming you. You see he has the full kit on, the vest and everything. Yes, he has a mask on. I'll give you that. In that scenario, you've now entered your best case scenario is probably just comply. You want to call me a bootlicker or whatever, that's not going to hurt my feelings. I don't give a fuck. I've seen people already that are defending it this way, and it's like, I think this makes sense logically. And then people going like, oh, you just do whatever the government says, but they can get away with anything. It's like, when somebody has a gun, I'll let you get away with a lot before I'm going to have to, before you resist. What he did to her, there was no reason to speed off in that car. There was just no reason. You want to get out of the road? I don't care. It doesn't matter. The dude has a gun on his waist. Now, they get out of the car. They say, get out of the car. They tell you to get out of the car. You put the car in reverse. Like I said, I don't think this lady was trying to hit him. I don't think she deserved to die for what she did. It's a tragedy. It's bad. He's going to get caught with some kind of charge for this, probably. Like I said, I don't think it deserves to be murder. He might fully get away with it on self-defense grounds. And I think there's a good case that he would. I'm not a lawyer, but I'm just saying. You put the car in reverse. She backs it up. She puts it in drive. The guy's standing in front of the vehicle. He can't see the tires. He can see her turn the steering wheel in the car. All he sees is her turn the steering wheel and accelerate the car. He's in front of it. Should he have been in front of it? No. The problem is, these situations are too hectic. That's why you just don't put yourself in the situation. That's the solution here. We're well past that now, obviously. But the way you win this outcome is like the street fight thing, where it's like UFC fighters and stuff will tell people when they're like, hey, what should you do in a fight? Don't get in the fight. Because there's not very many ways it ends good for you, no matter how. So when you're dealing with police, and obviously anybody with a gun, there's no real good solution for you, normally. Best case is you get inconvenienced and you leave. In this case, she should have left the car in park, got out of the car. What do? They take her out of the car, they slam her into the car, arrest her and all this stuff? Maybe. That's better than being dead. Obviously, that's a problem, like if they slam her around and shit, and then she sues them, and we go through the process. That's how the system's set up. If you don't like it that way, and like I said, if you want to say like, oh, you're defending whatever ICE one way, it's like, that's the system. So far, that's the best system we've figured out to this point, is that you deal with the cops being insane people sometimes, and then you sue the shit out of them afterwards, and we find out if it's justified one way or the other. Typically, if you have video evidence like this, and they would have drug her out of that car and slammed her into the car and roughed her up, which who knows if they're going to do one way or the other. We're watching it right now, the other protests and stuff like that. Maybe I'll clip some other videos in here, or at least tag them down below. Like, there's people clashing with the ICE people, with the Border Patrol people, and like the one big, tall, fat dude swings on an ICE guy, and then they jump his ass. It's like, where do you think it's gonna go? You don't just get to hit cops. I don't care if you don't like what they're doing. The ICE people, they're federal agents. I don't care even if you feel morally superior, doesn't matter how you feel. The reality is they're gonna fucking hit your ass, drag you to the ground and arrest you, and then you're gonna get charged. What was accomplished by doing that? Nothing. So in this scenario, she didn't get out of the car. She put the car in gear and then accelerated into a guy in front of the car. I'm looking out my front windshield right now. If there was a cop standing in front of my fucking car, I am not touching the gas pedal. I'll tell you that right now. The car's putting in park, hands on the steering wheel. They tell you to get out. I don't care if they're conflicting one way or the other. The window's already down. Keep it chill. Try to listen your best and say, hey, I'll get out of the car. How do you want me to get out of the car? Keep it calm. Instead, she drove the car. She obviously clips the guy. I think that's a good description of the way she bumps into this guy, hits him. She clips him with the car. Problem is, you've now put that guy in a situation where, and it's so funny to hear everybody just, and I'm doing it right now, so yeah, whatever, hypocrisy one way or the other, but it is funny. It's like when people watch sports. Your armchair quarterback in it, well, he was not in any danger. She wasn't a threat. She was turning the steering wheel. Dude, this happens in like 1 to 2 seconds. We're talking like tenths of a second decision time. Most people, if you fucking chest passed them a basketball, it'd hit them right in the fucking mouth because they couldn't even catch it. They're so uncoordinated, they couldn't catch a ball if you threw it at them from 5 feet away. Yet they're like, this dude should have reacted one way or the other. She obviously panics. That sucks. That's terrible that you panic. Not to mention you got your wife yelling through the window. You got a dog in the back seat. Way too hectic. Too much shit going on. You got your wife telling you to drive away from the police. Nice agents. Not good. She panics. Throws the car in reverse. Panics. Throws it in drive. Turns the steering wheel. Cranks it all the way from the left, all the way to the right. She's already halfway sideways in the road for what reason we haven't quite figured out yet, it seems. Throws it in drive. Clips this guy. As she's hitting him, he already has his gun up. He's pulling his gun when she accelerates, and he hears the car accelerate. You can see the wheels spin from the other angle on the icy, snowy road, whatever. He has the gun up. Bullet comes through the windshield. I'm assuming that's the one that hit her in the face. I don't know. One of these two other shots could have hit her. Who knows? That whole interaction happens within seconds. Most people, like I said, are not quick enough, reactionary enough, coordinated enough to react to any of that shit, let alone when there's a gun and you might get ran over by a car. Like I said, bad situation to be in. Don't put yourself in the situation. She put herself in the situation. You open yourself up to all kinds of risk. Risk is something that we all take on. I'm taking it on right now. I'm in this car. The fucking tire could blow out. I could run into this tree, die, whatever. Every time you step out of the house, you don't even have to step out of the house. Anytime you do anything, there's risk associated with it. When you get involved and escalate a situation with armed police, federal agents, guys with guns, and you decide to escalate things, as soon as you get involved, say the risk is right here. As soon as you escalate it with dudes with guns, the risk is flying through the roof. Not the right decision to make. You got to keep the risk low, and the way to keep the risk low is don't get involved with these fucking people. You should have stayed home. If you want to fight these guys, fight them in the courts. You want to protest them, that's fine. Go stand out there with a sign and yell and scream. Do not get in their way. Let them do their thing, and then fight them somewhere else. You're just not going to win. It's a lose-lose situation. Like I said, if you don't like it, I get what you're saying, but it's the way the system is set up in this country is peaceful protest, not interfering with the federal agents doing, whether you think it's legal or not, it doesn't matter. That's for a judge to decide somewhere else, I guess, whatever. There's obviously a breaking point for everybody. To me, this is not it. Apparently for this lady, it was it. And she risked her life by doing that. And it didn't work out. Sadly. She should have, deservedly, what should have happened? She clips the guy. They chase her down afterwards. They arrest this lady for what? Assaulting an officer, some shit like that. And she probably goes to jail for a little bit. There you go. That's what she deserved to happen. Instead, you took a risk, too big of a risk, and the risk was not a good one to take, and you hit him, and he panicked. Apparently there's footage of this guy. He just got recently drugged by a car in a different situation. So obviously he probably has some previous experience with this. She doesn't know this at this point. It's all too many variables. You're dealing with too much chance of human error, too much risk, not enough reward, no payoff. There's literally no payoff to the situation. It's just going to end bad. All that depends is how bad it's going to end for you. And typically when you're dealing with the cops, whether you like it or not, like I said, the reality of the situation is they can do a lot more shit to you than you can do to them and get away with it. So don't fuck with them. It's just that simple. Deal with it in the court of public opinion, where then you now have the power again, where if you take somebody to court, your chances are a lot better off. And like I said, I mean, it's terrible. We watched the video at the beginning. I'll clip it in here so everybody can watch. Watch it as many times as you want. I don't think it changes anything. I don't care that she was, yes, she it looks like she wasn't trying to hit him. That's great. You hit him anyway because she's panicking. She doesn't, I don't know, this lady's probably never been in a situation like this in her life. You shouldn't. And then you hit the guy and he panics because he sees a car driving at him. He doesn't know if you're going to run him over. It's like she turned the wheel. You think that dude fucking recognized that the wheel is spinning far enough this way or that way to know where the tire is in that half a second to 1 second? No chance in hell. And he pulled the gun. And as she hit him, who knows? As she hit him, he could have pulled the trigger. I don't know. You don't see that. All you see is the general view in front of him on the phone. And as she hits him, the phone drops because he gets hit by a car. It just is stupid. Too much stupidity. And you'll listen to people being like, she should do this or that. She should have not had the car in the middle of the street and whatever else she was doing. If she was following ICE agents around all day, I really don't give a fuck. Shouldn't be doing any of that. And now they're like, well, she's a mother to 3 kids. I think she has 3 kids. And it's like, okay, even more reason to not be doing stuff like that. As you have kids and people that depend on you, probably your risk tolerance should be falling even lower and lower and lower and lower as people depend on you, especially kids specifically. And it's like, you didn't think. And it's like, hey, it can be terrible all at once, but that doesn't change the fact that this lady's dead for it now. That's the reality. That's where we're at. I don't think it's going to get resolved anytime soon. It's just going to get worse. Like I said, people are just confirmation bias out the ass. I don't know. You let me know what you think. Tell me how you feel about it in the comments. You think I'm an idiot one way or the other? Doesn't matter. I'd like to talk to you about it. Leave a like on the video if you got some out of it. Dislike if you didn't. And I'll catch you later.